Hey, what's up, y'all? Champ Ron from the Minding Your Business podcast and Brand Pod, as well as CRA Partners. Thank y'all so much, man, for hopping on with me. I'm gonna give everybody just a quick second to jump in as I'm recording this via Facebook Live today, here for what will be episode number 139, again, of the Minding Your Business podcast. So it's been a great day so far, and I hope it's been a phenomenal day for all of you. And so we're going to give everybody a chance to hop on, and then I'm briefly going to get into what I want to discuss. If you want to join in with me, there should be an option if you're on your phone and you want to join in on video and live and chat with me here on this recording, you can do so. Send the request, I'll accept that, and we can have that conversation. If not, and you're on, happen to be on Facebook live with this as it's being broadcast, if you want to add it to the comments, I'll be sure to respond and address those accordingly. So, Scott Kenny, SK, what's going on, my man? Reginald, what's up, brother? Tanya, what's going on? Miss Jordan, how you doing? So, listen, I want to give everybody a chance to hop on, but again, hope that you're doing well. Hope that this time with your family has been enjoyable. Hopefully that it has. Um, if it hasn't, then maybe it's opening your eyes to some things and maybe some challenges that maybe you didn't have your eyes or your antennas in tune with, and there's opportunities for some further discussion or some further action. But but again, hope everybody is doing well. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because I want to be as brief as possible, but I also want to be an encouragement to everybody. So as you jump in, just announce yourself there in the comments. Say what's up. Yeah, if you're not in Memphis, you're outside the Memphis area. Uh, Let me know where you're from, where you're joining from. That'd be great. All right, so a couple things I want to jump on and just kind of quickly address here from an encouragement standpoint. There's a lot of noise going on out there. There's you got the branches of the government meeting on the stimulus package. I've already shared in a separate Facebook video my thoughts on my 3-2 plan, my 3-month, 2-week plan. Eventually, I think we're going to have to go to that, but sometimes as a country we could be a little hard-headed. So we'll see what's going to happen. But there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of things going on. People are concerned. People are shaming other people for their actions. And I get all of that. And I know there's a lot of social banter as many people are at home now and working from home and that sort of thing. There's a lot of people that are having to work that are part of those essential businesses that are having to go in every day. Shout out to those folks. Shout out to the people who've been impacted. Um, I saw something where there have been millions of unemployment filings and things like that. So this thing is real. Um, Here's the thing. As a country, and I know this doesn't mean nothing to a lot of us today because most of y'all that are listening to this were born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So this is all kind of brand new to all of us, right? But this country's been through a lot of different things. We've been through world wars, we've been through plagues, we've been through viruses, we've been through a lot of stuff. And then even more so, there's the virus of discrimination, there's the virus of racism, there's a virus of hate, there's a virus of all these different things that we've endured and continue to, unfortunately, to endure. So, challenges are not, they're not foreign to us as people and as a country. So one thing I would encourage you to do is it's kind of like something that Henry Ford said. So a Henry Ford quote, Henry Ford of Ford Motor Company was once quoted as, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. All right. So for those of you, I'll start with those of you that are in business. So those of you that are in business, I'll echo that quote from Henry Ford. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So operate in your positivity. If you're reaching out to customers right now, all right, um, it's more than just checking in and that sort of thing. It's more than just talking about your product or your service. Reaching out to people where they are, as my boy SK says, reach out to people where they are and listen and show some genuine empathy and be prepared to offer advice and offer solutions. If you'll find out what people are thinking and how they're feeling, whether it's customers, whether it's prospects, whatever it is. So, from my business standpoint, and this can actually apply personally, reach out, not just again with everything being about you and what you think about this and what your your commentary is on this and what your personal opinions are. Just reach out to people and just hey, I was thinking about you. I'm reaching out to my value customers or my value clients, and I want to share with you some things that my other value clients are doing or what they're saying or how things are being impacted, some best practices, and how I can be a resource to you during this process. We know that we're all affected by these unprecedented and uncertain times. However, we will get through this. We've been through worse as a country. Many of you have been through individually and maybe collectively as a family. So we will get through this. And so, how are we preparing for the recovery piece of it? And then, what are we doing right now to get through this and to manage it? A lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are doing a lot of things that are a little bit more accessible, maybe than they were in the past. Those of you with children or grandchildren or nieces, nephews, whatever it is, or adopted children, or maybe you're a caregiver. You're having to deal with the reality of school being out and kids being there and having to engage them while you still work. And shout out to everybody that's got really young kids. I mean, my daughters are 10, almost 9, and almost 8. So yeah, it's a different situation than if this had happened, say 7, 8 years ago, right? Or those of you with grown kids know that it would have been a different story. It's one thing when your kid's 30; it's another thing when your kid's 3. So you know that it would be a different situation, had that been the case. But there's just a whole lot going on out here. What's up, Todd? What's up, Kiana? What's up, Erica? What's up, Sam? There's a whole lot going on out here that we just need just to share the positivity. Again, we're going to get through this, but feeding into the fear and the hysteria is not going to help anything. Not listening to the expertise is not going to help anything. All right. So, one of the challenges when people say that it's going to get worse before it gets better is sometimes related to, in my opinion, we don't adhere to the expertise that is put in place or that we put in place. And so be sure that you're listening when this thing is real. You don't have to wait for it to affect you personally, whether it's yourself or a loved one or someone you're relying on, mama and daddy and granddaddy and G-daddy and everybody else, big mama. You don't have to wait for that. This thing is serious. So take it seriously, but don't take it in such fear that you forget to live. Remember, social distancing, not social disregard. Social distancing, but not social disregard. Um, so continue to remain encouraged. We will get through this. If you're going through hard times, reach out, whether it's to myself or anybody within your circle, man. There's a lot of people that's willing to help, but they can only do so if they know what you've got going on. So kill the pride for a second. I understand that, but realize that there are genuine people out here that will help you if you let them know how they can help you. So help them help you, and we'll all get through this together. One of the ways I'm staying engaged is I'm not foreign to using video conferencing. As many of you know, I work with banks in the Midwest area. And so one of the ways we initially connect oftentimes is through phone call, conference call, email, and then video conferencing. So using WebEx, using Zoom, using GoToMeeting, all that is not foreign to me. For a lot of America in the last 2 weeks, they've had to get acquainted to using the platform and acquainted even more so to the mindset. A lot of times we have a lot of dogmatic mindsets here in America where we get stuck on one way of doing it. Ron, it's got to be face to face, and you're exactly right. There's no arguing that face to face is the best way. Um, but as a professional, you should be in tune with and have skill set in various ways of communication. You shouldn't be a one trick pony. So you're only good if you're face to face, but outside of face to face, you're not any good. That's kind of like a ball at home but can't play on the road, right? If you're going to be a great team, you got to be able to play in your gym or on your field or your turf, and you got to be able to play and win on somebody else's field or turf, right? And so this is exposing some of that dogmatic mindset. And so for me, I've been doing very well. I've had several great meetings. For those of you that are aware, I'll be hosting my Brand Pod launch, a Zoom, on Monday at noon Central Time. So look out for that on Facebook and on Zoom. If you're interested, email me, Ron at themybpodcast.com, and I'll get you that invitation for Monday, March 30th at noon. But I'm continuing to do webinars and sit in on sales presentations and meetings with banks, meetings with people interested in launching their podcast. So that's been really good to do that remote. I'll encourage you that embrace this time, and you can see where things are kind of going. Again, social distancing, not social disregard. So you see how they're going, right? What's up, Larry? What's up, Montoya? Ojinga, what's up? GG, what's up, girl? You see where things are going. So you can be dogmatic and you can be impractical, or you can understand how to leverage it within your own space and with your own character. Like I take things and Ronitize them all day long. All day long. So I see where things are going. So now you have to have that vision and be able to carry it forth, whether it's personal or in your business. And so where are things going? We don't know 100%. We don't know once this thing um, subsides some. It's not going to completely go away. No different than the flu and any other virus or anything else. Just a common cold. It's not going to go away. When it gets more under control, it starts to subside. We don't know what things are going to look like, right? What we do know is that again, that dogmatic mentality is starting to subside now, and cultures will be different. More people will be working remote and that sort of thing. So think about that personally on how you interact, and think about that from a business standpoint. But for me, it's been good. Y'all share with me in the comments, man, how it's been for you over these last 2 weeks. And again, I'm not here to shame nobody. I know there's everybody's a comedian on social media, and we're gonna make jokes about stuff, and that's all cool. That's part of our social interaction and that sort of thing. But right now, I'd love to hear from anybody that wants to share. For those that are not listening to the recorded podcast, but you're engaged with me here on Facebook Live, just let me know on that. Put it in the comments. I'd love to interact with you. Or if you want to come on live with me, you can do that. But yeah, we don't know where this thing's going to head. What we do know is we're going to get through it. And those that have vision, so those that don't operate in the dogma, one way or the other, but those that have vision, those that can adapt, those that can quickly pivot, are going to be successful. They just are, and you'll have pandemic free or pandemic immune operation. Now, that's one thing that I made sure with my business, whether I'm working with banks or I'm working with people interested in podcasting, which now is banks. I wanted to make sure I had pandemic free and that aren't completely reliant on the face to face interaction. Because again, I see where things are going. So I feel for people when, the restaurant owners and the event planners and everything that's, the whole business model is reliant on face-to-face social interaction, man. That's tough to say the least. Something else for everybody to take a look at is, or be in tune with, is now is the time. Now, not if the job says thanks but no thanks. Not if mama closed her eyes and she didn't leave you nothing, and so now you screwed. Now, okay, now is the time to start looking at your overall financial picture, particularly with not just your debts, but then your income. It's funny. I've said this on Facebook. Many people say this is that we're completely fine with debt. When we get ready to do something positive, the first thing we start looking at, we get married, and the first thing we want to do is get a mortgage, get a car note, get a credit card. We start looking at how we can get debt. And you're talking about somebody that lend money to people for 17 years, all right, as a banker. You know, there was a time when banks were doing one-page applications up to 50,000. Everybody with a beating heart in their damn chest would call up about getting one of them one-page application loans where they don't have to show no financials. All they had to do is have the credit score. And we beat that drum to death. Everybody with a 640 score and above could get approved and get their loan. We love debt. We want to go back to school. First thing we do is we think about getting a student loan. You don't have to do no whole lot of convincing of people to do that. It's not a scam. It's not, people don't think of, at least not at the time. It's not a scam. It's not anything. It's just, let me go get the debt. I need a car. Let me go get the car note. Everything is a piece of debt. But then when you talk to people about adding a stream of income, people get slowful about that. They want to know how much work it's going to take, and people get comfortable. It's funny. We never rely on one debt. You don't see grown people. The only debt that I have is just this, fill in the blank. We don't do that. We have this laundry list of debts we pick up. And either we're fearful or we just don't have the confidence, or we're timid, or we're, whatever that we are, we just don't see the need for another income until we're impacted. We don't wait to get impacted to get the debt. I want to go to Costa Rica. You know what I mean? I go borrow the money. Quick and easy. Credit card, somebody else in the family, somebody, whatever it is. I get the money from something other than me working to earn it. But now is the time to start looking at your income. There are companies hiring now. You have to find them. They're active out there. Search for companies that have just recently posted jobs. They're looking for talent. They ain't spend the money to post that job just for window dressing. They're looking for talent. Beyond that, or along with that, if you are fortunate to currently be employed or your business still be open, why not tie an income to a debt? There's nothing wrong with that. That hasn't been legislated out. It's okay for you to have an income tied to a debt, right? So you pick up an income. We're great at, we want to get one income and then 20 debts. It's okay to have 5 debts and 5 incomes, each one assigned to each one. That's okay. And there's ways to do that. And I'm encouraging you, and I want to share with you, how we're doing that. And I've got my business partner, Scott Kinney with Building Wealth on here watching. But I want to quickly share with you that Scott and I are working with people. We're building a team here in Memphis of people from a co-op standpoint that want to cut their expenses. So they want to save money on things that they're buying already, whether it's product goods, whether it's services, whatever that is, major retailers, small businesses, whatever it may be, and not just for yourself, but then help your family and the rest of the community save money on things that they're buying, as well as by sharing it with others, having an opportunity to build a home-based business. All right. Now, people have beat the home-based business drum for a long time, and it's true. All right. But don't wait until something significant happens, or you're about to lose your income, or you have lost your income. All right. Go ahead and add to that now. You can build right now a home-based business. Everybody's at home, right? That means a lot of people are more accessible than normal. You have an opportunity right now to build a home-based business that's not based on you filling your dining room up with magic beans or clothes stacked up to the ceiling, or magic potions and all that type of stuff. but just simply doing something that is completely pandemic free, which is saving money, right? And being economical and resourceful with your dollar. That's not a fad. That's not a trend. Okay. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can start your home-based business, it really doesn't cost you anything to really start doing that. That investment is very minimal. And then you can keep your risk down by doing that. If you go out and you want to start, selling cell phones, right? You got to buy the phone, you got to buy the materials that go to it, and then you got to hope somebody buys it on the other end. And if they don't, you're sitting there with a bunch of phones that nobody wants that you've paid for. So why not, get with a company that you can leverage the risk off of and earn money. There's nothing wrong with you getting an extra $1,500 a week or even $1,500 a month. You know what I mean? Think of what that would do for you and your family if you were getting just an extra 1,500 a month with what you're already doing. Not stopping nothing that you're doing. Keep your job, keep your business, keep both if you got both, whatever it is. But add an income that allows you to do things. When everything opens back up, wouldn't it be nice for you to, have this extra income that allows you to go travel or allows you to get ahead on the debt or add to your 401k or add to your investment account? Wouldn't that be something that you have some interest in? You know what I mean? So whatever it is, right? Make sure that you've got more than one. Don't just rely on the W-2 paycheck, okay? But y'all that are listening that are in right to work states, y'all know that they don't have to have a reason for that to end, right? As long as it doesn't violate a protected class, that's it, okay? And then what, okay? Now you got to wait and put out applications to try to get hired again. And depending on your industry, depending on your skill set, depending on the timing, depending on your ability to network and what networking you've already been doing, not just wait until you get fired or laid off and then start calling everybody telling them you need a job, but the networking that you've been doing, if you haven't been doing that, that could be a challenge for you, right? It could take time to get that, you know? And so be self-sufficient and reach out to myself, again, Ron at themybpodcast.com. If you're interested, there's information out there that I'd like to send you that's very brief, that spells out everything, and you can get involved, right? And like I said, I'd love to add you to the team, and it's a team approach in a co-op. And so one of the things is once you get a spot on the team, you're able to benefit from the work of the team as a collective. So my work, Scott's work, other people on the team, you benefit financially from their work. That's different than when you start a business and you're solopreneur. Everything you make is based on what you do. You spend a week in the hospital, away from the internet, away from your phone, don't nothing happen, right? For most people, if you're self-employed, certainly if you're employed, and then if you're a solopreneur, you don't have a business process. They cut off your internet and your Wi-Fi, and you don't have your phone, you don't have your laptop, you don't have your tablet, you're screwed, right? You're not making no money unless you have something residual going and you've got a system. Well, work with us so we can put a system in place that allows you to earn money from while you're sitting right there at home. Don't need you don't need to bother your spouse or your roommate or whoever with taking up space with a bunch of inventory on stuff that you got to then go sell. So I'm not talking about selling. I'm talking about helping people, again, save money on things that they're buying and earn money by sharing it with people. All right? But whatever you choose to do, look at having a secondary income or a private or just whatever additional income. Because again, one of the things where you see this thing going, all right, there are going to be some tough times ahead, but you want to be proactive and get ahead of that. And eventually, again, it's going to be all good. We're going to get through this, y'all. Now, I want to make sure I reiterate that we'll get through this. So y'all that are itching to get out and be social and that sort of thing, you want that face-to-face interaction. We all do. That's a comeback. That's not going to go extinct. Okay. So it's tough for us because this happened so fast. All right. But just keep in mind that now is a good time as you're taking some of this free time, you're not in the office, go back to the basics. All right. What's most important? All right. One of the things that unites us all. Now, those of y'all that are looking at me on Facebook Live, you've probably figured out that I'm black. um, I've been black my whole life. All right. I'm black. I'm a man. And I've been a black male, boy, or a man my entire life. And if I wake up tomorrow, guess what? I'll be a 39-year-old black man. All right. Y'all that are listening to me, y'all that are watching me here on Facebook Live, you're male, female, you're white, you're black, you're Asian, you're Mexican, you're Spanish, whatever it is, right? You're Russian. One of the things that we all have, there are a few things that we all have in common. We all want to do a little better for ourselves, and I'm stealing this from my business partner, Scott Kinney, SK. We all want to do a little bit better for ourselves. We all want to do a little bit better for our families, and we all want to do a little bit better for our communities. Them three things we got in common. People may be blue, they may be red in their political affiliations. They may like up, they may like down. There's all kind of things that we use to divide us, right? And to segment ourselves and to put ourselves in these specialized groups all over the place, these special interest groups. This person likes dogs, this person likes cats. You know what I mean? We got that all over the world, and especially here in America. Three things that we all have in common. We all want to do a little better for ourselves, a little better for our families, a little better for our community. And what better way to accomplish all those than by you adding an additional income stream, and then that income stream is predicated not solely on your capitalism, but is predicated on helping other people save money on things that they're doing. Because there's two ways you can have an increase. Well, actually, three ways. You can increase your income and keep your debt the same. You can lower your debt and keep your income the same. Or you can do both. You can increase your income and lower your debt. That third way is the primary way that everybody would like to do. You like to increase your income and lower your debt simultaneously. And then you got a great situation. All right. So with those three areas, again, make sure that you're in tune with your income situation and what is that? And do you have more? And when people say stream of income, it's not something that pays you every now and then that you go pay a cell phone bill with. I'm talking about a consistent income, not, hot money that you're getting from this little task or that little task. Because that's not a system. That goes away when you do or if there's no demand, right? So you have to create a system. That's what these people that are doing well right now have systems, okay? They've been able to work with and leverage groups, whether it's a co-op or the ability to connect within a network. Those are the people that are going to do well. The people that are going to have challenges are the people that don't do that, and the people that sit and rely on this one thing or that one thing, right? You're at FedEx right now. You're at AutoZone. Again, you got all the major employers. A lot of people work for small businesses, and that's all great. Nothing wrong with that. Continue doing what you're doing, right? But don't forget to own a little piece for yourself. There's nothing wrong with having an ownership for yourself. Some part of the process of what you do can be owned by you. All right, let me get to some of these comments. I moved my sessions to video. Now I'm having to help clients and potential clients get comfortable with video. That's Montoya. Yeah, Montoya, I'm having to do the same thing. There's some people that I come across that it's been a struggle, to say the least, to get people on the video. What up, Greg? SK says helping people augment their income during these uncertain times, common sense measures to help save money that they have and create a stream of income that can be tailor fit to their current situation. Couldn't say it any better, SK. Jimmy, what's up? Clee, what's going on, man? Dr. Woodard, what's up, girl? How you doing? I know you're staying busy with some stuff and trying to educate knuckleheads and all that type of thing. So shout out to Dr. Woodard. SK, that's right, Ron. Best to build the art before the flood comes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You know, banks are often criticized for this, but it's an unfortunate truth. A bank lends money, they'll give you the umbrella when the sun is out. All right. So just remember that. Titra, what's up, girl? Sarah, how you doing? Titra says, yes, multiple streams are needed. Residual is key, without question. You got to have something going. You got to have some kind of, again, you got mortgage, you got student loan debt, you got a car note, you got daycare or aftercare for the kids, you've got MLG and W or your utilities, whatever it is that you got. We have all these debts, right? We've got Netflix subscriptions, we got Apple TV, we've got Amazon, we've got all these different things that we add debts to. And then we want one income. Why is that? Montoya says, what? You black? Yep, I am. And proud. What's up, Dominic? Dominic with the Startup Life podcast. But yeah, so, all these debts, one income. So again, balance that out. It's okay. And listen, you can do that even within your current business. Joining on the team with me and Scott doesn't take away from anything that you're doing. In fact, it's going to enhance it because now you've got other people with networks that can share your business. And I'm not talking about just posting it on Facebook. That's great. But even if you got 5,000 Facebook friends, there's only 100 to 125 that's going to even see what you're doing. And then out of that, there's only going to be maybe 10 that even give a damn about what you got to say and what you're doing. All right. And then out of that 10, two or three might even be within your realm of scope of your target market. So if you're out selling magic beans, you better hope you're Facebook friends with a lot of folk that use magic beans. Because if not, they might like your post, depending on if they've been talking about you or not. See, if they've been talking about you, they're not gonna like your post because the person they've been to, uh, talking to about you may see it and call. They don't want to be caught in that hypocrisy, so they'll keep scrolling. Multiple incomes, it's okay. All right, whatever you choose to do, and listen, it could be a part of and customize and custom tailored to Scott's point to what you're already doing. So if you got a boutique, right? Right. So let's just say you got a boutique right now, and you can't. It's hard to put together fashion shows and do different things because you can't really interact with people face to face right now. Right. You could put together an online fashion show, right, and showcase things. And as you're talking with people, you can share with them how what they can save money on things that they're buying and have a company pay them when they share it with other people that also want to save and that ultimately end up saving and become part of the co-op and part of the membership. So when we say group economics, it doesn't have to be anything other than that. It's a simple concept. You just have to be open enough and trust yourself enough to want to see it work. That's the thing. And if you don't trust yourself to do it, then you're going to have a hard time in your business or doing anything with anybody else. Richard Redman. What's up, Richard? Now is the time for people to be calm. Turn off the news and get a good financial guide to help you navigate these unusual times without the emotion to help you make better decisions. Richard touches on a great point. Thank you, Richard. Richard Redman with Shoemaker Financial. He makes a good point. the hysteria. And again, I'm not here to slander or slam the media and that sort of thing. They have a job to do, but just know that it's custom tailored to get eyes. Nothing drives. The only thing that comes close to driving engagement more than fear is vanity, right? And these aren't times necessarily for vanity as much, although they still exist. It always will as long as you have people. But nothing drives more than fear. Fear is going to, like Tupac Shakur said, fear is stronger than love in most people. So even, showing love won't get the same engagement as fear. All right. So the media is going to tailor that. And a lot of our media now is tailored to partisanship, because they want to tailor to, again, segmentation. They want to segment to a certain population. All right. So that's unfortunate. There was a time where you could just get the news and that was it, right? People just reported the news. It wasn't about how you felt about the White House or not, you know. So you get one media source that makes the White House seem like the most incompetent, crazy, stupid people in the world. The other side makes them sound like the messiahs, right? And there's nothing really in between. There's not as many people reporting just the news of what's going on. I get that. So to Richard's point, yes, you need to get with. It's a good time to get with folks to advise you, people that you trust, and have on your team um, to help dead some of the noise, and then help you make clear decisions. Because it's hard to make decisions. I mean, even when we laugh about this on social media, when you're driving and you're trying to really think about something, you turn the music down, right? Or you roll the windows up so you don't even get the noise from the wind, right? That's so your mind can hone in and focus on what you're trying to do. So same thing now. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of wind. There's a lot of folks talking. There's a lot of, yada, yada, yada. Um, but yeah, now is a good time to get with people that can advise you and help, again, dead some of that air. Sandra said, joining on your team to do question mark, coming in late. Oh, so Sandra, sorry about that. I'm not sure if you caught any of that, but yes. So me and Scott Kenny is with Building Wealth and with myself. We're looking to build a team here in Memphis and then beyond of people that want to do a couple things, which is join a co-op with a debt-free company, and it exists solely to help people save money on products and services that they're buying already. So whether it's major retailers or whether it's small business owners, an opportunity to connect and save money through group buying power. As we talk a lot about group economics or group buying power, obviously, as you know, when you go to a retailer and you've got a group of people, you're going to get better pricing and better terms than when you go on your own. There are nations who have mastered this to the T. Okay? So make sure that you are engaged with Scott and I. You can email me or inbox me if you're on Facebook, but email me, Ron at themybpodcast.com, and I can fill you in on some more information. You can speak with Scott and I, and you can learn more about how you can get involved. But, Sandra, I'd love to get on the phone with you if you want to inbox me your contact number. I'd love to talk with you offline and kind of share with you and let you make a decision and see if it's for you. It may not be for everybody, but maybe it's for you. And if it is, that'd be great. We'd love to have you on the team. And keep in mind, Sandra, this is a team approach as a co-op. So this isn't you on your own. You're not selling anything or doing any of that type of thing. This is about working as a team and working together and having an opportunity for you to earn income by simply sharing the opportunity to save with others. And so there's an opportunity for you to earn income from your efforts as well as the efforts of all of us on the team, including me and Scott. So we love to see any and all of you get involved in that. Listen, I'm already past my time of what I wanted to allot it for today. I hope I was an encouragement. Look out for our seniors. for college students, some that may not have had places to go. Look out for those that are having challenges, those that are sad and downtrodden. Give them a good word. Give them a good positive word. Okay. Champ Ron, the Minding Your Business podcast. Subscribe, listen wherever you get your podcast. Check me out at brandyourpod.com, where you can learn more about my podcasting consulting. I'd love to connect with businesses and individual brands that are interested in starting and launching their own podcast platform. It's a great way. Like I talked about, pandemic proof. What are people doing right now? They're home. And your podcast can connect with your target audience where Facebook and Instagram and TikTok may not. So you may be leaving a lot of money on the table with your business or your company or your nonprofit by just posting on social media. So, all right, Champ Ron, listen, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Be safe, be smart, and be engaged with yourself and what you got going on. All right, Champ Ron.